We're not good on our own. No, and trust me, she'd be a disaster up here without me.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Grace and Frankie moments.
Excuse me, ma'am. You're gonna have to get down.
I am getting down!
For this list, we'll be looking at the scenes that best embody this heartfelt Netflix comedy series. Some of these picks reference major plot developments, so here is your spoiler warning. What were your favorite jokes and hijinks from the show? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Peyote Tea. Although not yet friends, Grace and Frankie have their first heart-to-heart post-breakup with the assistance of peyote and muscle relaxers.
AOT!
I just took muscle relaxers with peyote.
And you're welcome.
What do I do?
You should probably brace yourself for some light vomiting, followed by life-altering hallucinations.
Seeking solitude, Frankie retreats to the beach for a spiritual experience, but calls on Grace when she needs her prescription pills. Grace, not totally informed about the contents of the tea, decides to indulge as well, and the two are sent on a wild trip. In addition to the contents of their stomachs, the women let out their bottled-up emotions regarding their divorces.
He abandoned you in your last years. Aren't you even angry about that?
No,
Why not?
because I'm heartbroken.
They have a deep conversation, and while it's not necessarily kind, it is honest. They spend the entire night on the beach and solidify the future of their friendship.
See those two birds?
Behind Jesus.
I don't see Jesus, but that's a general direction. They look like they really love each other, don't they?
Number 9. Jerry Garcia's shoes. The dating scene for divorced seniors is not typically represented on screen, but Grace and Frankie is all over it. The women each have their share of love interests over the course of the show, but the artist's meet-cute with Jack is probably the cutest.
Hi, you must be bidder number 47. Loved your doodle.
You weren't supposed to love it. That was a warning shot. Next doodle, I'm going nuclear.
The two meet at a silent auction where both are bidding on the same item, a pair of purple Converse previously worn by Jerry Garcia. Frankie challenges Jack's authenticity as a fan of the Grateful Dead founder until he ultimately proves himself to be a true Deadhead.
Okay, but how many shows did you see at the Garden in '91 when Jerry wore the sneakers?
All 9. How many did you see?
7.
In the end, Jack places the winning bid, but shares half of his prize with Frankie.
Maybe one of these days our sneakers can get together for a date?
Call me.
Number 8. Pedestrian crossing protest. Activist Frankie and troublemaker Joan Margaret team up to bring about change when they encounter a crosswalk with a frustratingly short crossing time.
You know what this is?
Exhausting.
Ageism. This light is too short for anyone over 60.
The two call on their oldest and slowest pals to promenade across the street during an audit in an effort to extend the time. They cross the street together in the pursuit of fighting ageism and attending an all-you-can-eat snow crab buffet.
Let's move out. Once more. Onto the crosswalk, dear friends.
Even with all the recruits, though, it falls on Grace to take her time. The 80-year-old woman leisurely strolls across the street before proudly admitting her age, demonstrating she's come to embrace it. While the chicken is crossing to get to the other side, Grace is in no hurry.
Could have gone a whole lot faster, couldn't you?
Maybe. But I'm an 80-year-old woman, and I've earned the right to take my sweet time.
That's my girl.
Number 7. Say Yes Night. Towards the end of the first season, Grace and Frankie begin to settle into their new roles as each other's best friend. So when Frankie finds herself in a funk, Grace eagerly seeks to comfort her roommate, and the two agree to a Say Yes Night.
Remind me again what that is?
You go out and you say yes to everything all night. There's no until it's over.
After 2 makeovers and a trip to the bar where she got into her first knife fight, Frankie still can't escape the feeling that everything is changing around her. That is, until Grace has them both on the bar dancing to Get Low by Lil Jon. In addition to being a top 5 say-yes night for Frankie, this is the first time both women seem happy to embrace the other's presence in her life.
There was some serious shimmying went down.
We should do it again sometime.
Number 6. Man of La Mancha. Besides the friendship between the titular characters, the television show also tells the story of the romance between their exes.
Seriously, Saul, you're starting to scare me.
No need to be scared.
One a community theater lover and the other a gay rights activist, Robert and Saul's relationship is an example of opposites attracting. In an effort to stand up for Robert after someone else is cast in his dream role, Saul unintentionally gets his husband kicked out of a community show.
I just wanted to sing that song for a real audience, just once. That's all I wanted.
He makes it up to the Tappy Award winner by arranging for Robert to have a spotlight performance in front of their friends and family. In addition to female friendship and senior living, the television series honors gay love.
To reach the unreachable
Number 5. Grace and Frankie's escape. When their kids hoodwink them into moving to a retirement home, Grace and Frankie find their liberties restricted. Banned from painting or running a business in their spaces, both women endure the sacrifices for the sake of the other.
I'm not like the other residents. I'm just here because of my friend.
That's the thing. I don't need to follow the rules. I'm just here for my friend, looking after her.
Each has been convinced by the other's children that their best friend needs assisted living. While they individually believe they have no place in a retirement home, neither Grace nor Frankie will leave the other to face it alone.
I came here for you because you're a porcelain figurine.
I came here for you because you're Mrs. Magoo.
But I've always been Mrs. Magoo.
Yeah, and I haven't shattered yet.
The mothers eventually realize their kids' deception and break out of the home by stealing the emergency medical cart. Making their great escape, the women take off with their confiscated items and head back to the beach house.
What are we gonna do about the cart?
What cart? I don't see a cart.
Wait!
Come on.
Number 4. Nick's acceptance. Business and romance collide for Grace when she meets with the owner of a company making a rival product.
Surely, there's some way that we can work this out on our own.
I have an idea. How about I make this whole thing go away over dinner?
Billionaire Nick Skolka is Grace's most serious romantic relationship in the show, but their 24-year age difference initially causes her some insecurities. Determined to hide the evidence of her age, Grace never allows herself to fully relax in Nick's presence. She eventually realizes how unsustainable her routine is and reveals her true self to Nick, expecting him to leave.
You want me for real? Well, here I am, baby. And there's only one direction I go from here, I'm afraid, and it's not prettier.
Instead, he accepts her as she is. Grace demonstrates her bravery by showing her insecurities, while Nick demonstrates his unconditional adoration for Grace. No matter the rest of their relationship, this scene is evidence that their love was real.
I'll take it.
Number 3. 9 to 5 reunion. Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin's professional relationship first began with the 1980 comedy film 9 to 5. The story of 3 women who get revenge on their misogynistic boss, the movie's leading trio is completed by none other than Dolly Parton.
This is just the beginning.
And here's to the beginning.
I'll drink to that.
Although it takes 7 seasons, Grace and Frankie delivers a reunion with the country singer in its series finale.
Well, hi, girls.
Oh, God. You look exactly how I knew you would.
No, I'm not the almighty.
The scene itself is emotionally charged, with the 2 main characters in limbo between life and death. There, Grace and Frankie meet an angel with big blonde hair and a bedazzled jacket. Touched by their friendship, the angel looks the other way while the women return to Earth together.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah, great chair. CB2?
Ladies, I can't stare into infinity forever.
Number 2. The Cigarette Run. With half of its main cast being 70-plus years old, Grace and Frankie portrays the lives of an age group that is often ignored in the media. The series demonstrates the experiences of the elderly, from serious matters like sex and death to more trivial things like buying cigarettes. The women experience ageism in action when a cashier refuses to assist, let alone acknowledge them.
Excuse me.
It is. How can I help you?
Excuse me. Are you in a coma?
This is a place of business, right?
Usually calm and collected, Grace's explosive response is cathartic for anyone who's been in a similar situation.
What kind of animal treats people like this? Do you not see me? Do I not exist? You think it's all right to ignore us? Just because she's got gray hair and I don't look like her?
Frankie, on the other hand, keeps a cool head and uses her invisibility to her advantage. Her reaction demonstrates a healthy disregard for an ageist authority. Not that we're condoning theft, of course.
We've got a superpower.
You stole those?
Can't see me, you can't stop me.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. The Ryan Gosling chair. Grace walks off with Robert's new chair, and we're totally on her side.
If anybody's gonna sit on Ryan Gosling's face, it's gonna be me.
Tech support. Frankie gets the computer help we all deserve.
From the sound of it, you've got a great support system. You've got Coyote and Bud. You've got your work, Al-Anon.
And now you.
Thanks. So, what do you say? You ready to send your first tweet?
Vodka watermelon. This is one of our favorite recipes from the show.
Isn't it a little early for that watermelon to be drunk? I'm talking about you, Grace. You're the watermelon.
I'm not having it now. It has to marinate.
Grace on a scooter cart. A reminder to never drink and drive.
Ma'am, you have to pay for that.
Keep it!
You also have to leave the scooter.
I'll leave it on the curb!
Frankie saves Grace. What else are best friends for?
Hey, lover.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Creating Vibrant. When left a very personal present from their late friend Babe, Grace encounters a new type of injury to her wrist.
As an emotion wizard, I sense your defensiveness.
I'm not defensive.
What I'm struggling with is you say your hand is in trauma, and yet your pallor is a flush pink of renewal.
Frankie, who is no stranger to these things, guesses the cause, and the women discuss how their experience could be improved. It's not until a heated moment with both of their families, however, that Grace is inspired to put her savvy and Frankie's creativity to use by starting Vibrant.
We're making vibrators for women with arthritis.
Yes, vibrators. Brilliant.
Please let my water break. I think I just blacked out.
Oh, grow up.
Their invention sets up the premise for future seasons and opens the door to other business pursuits for the characters. The girls' first entrepreneurial effort together perfectly embodies what makes this show so good: female friendship and an honest look at the senior experience.
How do I explain to my children that their grandma makes sex toys for other grandmas?
I'll tell you what you can tell them, honey. We're making things for people like us because we are sick and tired of being dismissed by people like you.
Mic drop. Let's go home.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.